Welcome to Cozying Up with the Clear Cut, where we get up close and personal with women that inspire us. This week, we're cozying up with Taylor Frankel, one of the savvy female founders of NUDESTIX and NUDESKIN. We talk all about her journey founding these brands with her mother and sister and the creative process behind launching these cult favorite products. Hey everyone, and welcome to Cozying Up with the Clear Cut, where we get up close and personal with women that inspire us. Today, I'm so excited to sit down with Taylor Frankel. She is the co-founder of NUDESTIX, the minimalist, multitasking makeup and skincare brand we all love. Thank you so much for being with us today. I got that on the first try.
I love it. Honestly, it takes me a while to say minimalist, multitasking makeup without stumbling, so that was really impressive your first time, and you
I was
nailed
like,
it.
let's go into it now so I don't mess it up. So can you tell us, what is minimalist multitasking makeup?
Minimalist multitasking makeup really speaks to the NUDESTIX lifestyle and how we approach beauty. And so that can be makeup, skincare, we launch sun care, we're launching body very soon. And it's really this less is more approach. And that speaks to the tones that we have at NUDESTIX. So we develop neutral tones for all skin tones to enhance your natural beauty. And then we also have sticks that are easy to use, that are simple, that are all multitasking. And so the way we've always positioned NUDESTIX has been for that modern day person who craves beauty that is easy, effortless, and that really fits into their busy lifestyle, because the majority of us as women or whomever, we're all super busy with life, and there are other things that we may prioritize, and that might be our sleep, it might be our kids, it might be our career. And as much as we want to prioritize beauty, at times we actually don't have the ability to. And so really simplifying that, for our community with beauty products, right, that allow us to feel and look our best every single day. I know it sounds super cliche, and every single beauty brand preaches, similarly. But, if you look at our products, like everything is compact. Everything was really meant to take with you on the go and fit into your lifestyle. So yeah, it's a little bit about us, and it's something that we always go back to whenever we're developing new products or new campaigns.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and background and like how you came to found NUDESTIX.
Yeah. So I just had a LinkedIn notification actually that it was my 9-year anniversary at NUDESTIX.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you, which was wild. So we officially launched NUDESTIX. The first full year of business was 2015, but we actually officially launched in 2014, the fall of 2014. I'll give you some context to my co-founders being my mom and my sister first, and we'll kind of dive into it. So I started the brand with my mom and my sister. My mom, Jenny, she's a chemical engineer, and she's been developing products for about 20 or so years. She actually started with MAC Cosmetics back in the day. We're from Toronto, Canada. So MAC being a Toronto-based brand, she really spearheaded a lot of their product development and a lot of their categories and products that are iconic today, like the Pro Foundation, the lip gloss. She's truly a beauty veteran. And then she launched another beauty brand when my sister and I were nearly in diapers. She actually started that business when she started that business in our basement, and she grew that brand for about 12 or so years, became an international beauty brand, super successful. It's called Cover FX. And beautiful products. In the year 2012, she decided to actually exit the beauty industry altogether, and she had a 2-year non-compete. She calls it her Eat, Pray, Love year, or 2 years of Eat, Pray, Loving. It was, I aspire to have that as well. She definitely was able to have the time to focus on herself and her daughters, because being an entrepreneur and being a young mom, she never really had the chance to do that. And at the time, my sister and I were both teenagers. And so from her perspective, she was like, okay, well, I have 2 years to spend time with my 2 teenage daughters before they leave, they go to university, they move out, whatever it is. And she realized very quickly that my sister and I viewed beauty very differently, because she comes from the more is more, she likes to call it her Sex and the City generation, where it was very much about artistry and spending an extra hour on your makeup and your hair.
Was all about that.
Exactly. And it was so beautiful and iconic. MAC will, to this day and forever, be such a household name. But it was really meant for that person who wanted that type of makeup. But if you think about, even today or 10 years ago, where the industry was going, there weren't many beauty brands that spoke to this idea of less is more or minimalist multitasking makeup. And so that was the time we identified the white space. We all talk about like problem solution, as entrepreneurs.
That was early on, I feel like.
Yeah, this was before anyone was honestly speaking about less is more. I would say it was NUDESTIX and maybe Glossy at the time who were spearheading that kind of messaging. Mission messaging. Yes. But Glossy obviously being more like skincare first, and then NUDESTIX kind of being like the color brand that was speaking to that type of beauty. And so it was actually quite disruptive at the time, and it took a while for people to really understand the concept and the idea of even sticks. Like I remember doing press events at like 17 years old, and we would be speaking to, we have less is more beauty and neutral tones and easy makeup and sticks. And, I think the media adopted it really well, but consumers were hesitant. They didn't know how to use sticks. They're like, what is a stick? Do I just like swipe it on my face? Do I use my fingers? But we quickly found our niche and like this community of women and men who really craved that idea, who weren't artists and really wanted to look like the best version of themselves without spending hours on end on their makeup in the morning. And when I say hours on end every morning, it's like, this is real life. It's not necessarily the event that you may have or the wedding or the special occasion.
I dread doing my makeup every morning. I have to like budget in like half an hour, and I'm just like going to the office.
Yeah, exactly. And like most of us are either doing that where we have 5 minutes in the morning to get ready, or we're doing it on the go.
Yeah.
Like I had a media event desk sides yesterday, and the majority of editors were like, 9 out of 10 times I'm doing my makeup on the subway.
Yeah.
And that's just reality. And so I think that's why NUDESTIX had resonated so much, at the time and to this day, because we really spoke to the real customer, on the go.
What was your like first product that you launched with, and why?
We launched with, we started with all pencils. We launched with lip pencil, concealer pencil, eyes, and mascara. It was kind of like the staple products that we would wear every single day. It was like, what do we need in our makeup wardrobe? So that was it. And every single product was multitasking as it is today. So if it was a lip pencil, it wasn't just a lip pencil. It was like a lip liner, lip color, cheek blush. If it was an eye pencil, it was an eyeshadow, eyeliner, eye luminizer, primer, all of the things. And so we started we had about, I want to say 15 SKUs when we first launched. Now we have over 150 SKUs. And so we've grown a lot within the past like 8 to 9 years, and kind of continue to innovate what sticks mean and what multitasking means as well, because obviously it's like one product 3 ways or one product in 3 different parts of the face, but it's also, how can a complexion product do multiple things? Can it be, a skincare product in addition to a foundation, in addition to, a treatment? So we try to be creative and like what multitasking means to our community.
Totally. So your mom was a veteran in the space, and you said you and your sister viewed makeup very differently.
Yes.
But you guys were both minimal versus the maximal from your mom, right?
Exactly. So that was, I guess that kind of speaks to like, how did it happen?
Yeah, how did it happen?
Like, how did it happen?
Like, when was she like, you guys should go into business with me? I think this is a great idea.
Yeah, so this was in 2013, a year before our official launch. And I remember we were actually on a family trip.
Did you launch like while you were in college?
So I was in my last year of high school. My sister was in her first year of high school. And my mom had approached us, and she said, listen, this is what I've observed. We have to do this. And I think her being a serial entrepreneur, when she has an idea, it's like, we're going all in. And that was really how my sister and I grew up as well. And observing that, both my parents were entrepreneurs. And so we didn't really know anything different. And so as much as looking back, obviously it was a huge risk, like, obviously financially as a family, but also from a career perspective. Luckily, we're very young, so if we needed to pivot, we totally could. And we obviously had the expertise of my mom as well at the time. But we really, we saw this vision very clearly. And I think that's what differentiates a lot of, entrepreneurs where, that are successful, is like when you have a really clear vision and you know exactly where you want to go, everything else is kind of like, okay, we'll figure it out. Right. And obviously there's evolution, there's iterations of the brand and the products as your company grows, as your brand matures. But yeah, so because my sister and I were both in high school, obviously we had to go to school.
Right.
And so my mom was really the one who would go to these trade shows. She would bring home product, and she would say, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? She would bring home pencils, different colors, and we would kind of sit at the dinner table and we would look at all of the different products, and we would say, okay, we need to launch this, or like this color, it's like too pink or it's too red. It's not nude sticks. And so we would kind of have this, I would say, Gen Z millennial point of view on like what we thought, would resonate with our community. And then obviously my mom, from a product development and chemical engineering perspective, was able to bring it to life. And then we would actually have, for like the first year before we launched NUDESTIX, every Sunday was actually our NUDESTIX day. So, most kids on a Sunday, maybe they're going out or like hanging out with their friends. But we would have
to work every Sunday.
Yeah, we would have a marketing meeting every Sunday. And we would just sit at our kitchen table and we would just kind of plan it out. Like, what's the next? And we would create content, and, we would pack boxes and pack tins. Like I remember actually inviting like my friends over in high school, and I would just say, hey, you want to come over and like pack some tins with us? And they're like, okay, like it sounds fun. Cool.
Oh my God. That's
some
good.
free, like,
I know, free labor.
Yeah, exactly. But it was kind of just like this, we didn't really know where it was going to go. We were just really excited about the concept, and yeah.
I know your products are also, cruelty free. Why was it so important for you to have that be, a staple of your product line? I
mean, it's always been sustainability, clean products, vegan, cruelty free. All of the things have always been super important to us since day one. I think it's really just, as millennial and Gen Z, my sister and I at the time are like, these are non-negotiables. Like, especially in today's day and age, like it is not, like it is just
table
not okay.
stakes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think now it's more of a standard. 10 years ago, there were definitely a lot more brands that were not cruelty free. Now I think it's very hard to find companies or brands or products that are not cruelty free.
Right.
Especially with like certain production, and like China's changing their laws as well. So yeah. And even from a sustainability perspective, my sister, who was 14 at the time, I remember we went to Sephora, and this was pre-NUDESTIX. And I remember us buying all of these products, testing and seeing different packaging. And in a matter of, let's say 10 to 15 seconds, our trash bin went from empty to full. And she looked at the trash bin, all of this packaging that was unnecessary, was bulky. It's not like you can repurpose this packaging either. It wasn't recyclable or sustainable. And she said to us, if we're going to do this, if we're going to launch a brand, can we please create a sustainable packaging system? And so all of our products are PVC free, but then our tins, where every single NUDESTIX comes in like these black matte tins that are kind of like iconic to us. There's a mirror inside, you can repurpose them, are made out of tin plate, which is a material that's infinitely recyclable. It's actually even more recyclable than aluminum. So like little things that honestly, I would say we don't talk about enough, and we're not as, we need to tell this story even more, but it's always been really, it's always been super important.
I think about that all the time, like all of the plastic and like all of the packaging that goes in every time I order something. I'm like, oh my God, this is like crazy.
Yeah.
So I love that, the tin idea, and you can always like use it for other stuff. Yeah,
exactly. It's like travel with it, put jewelry, bobby pins, lashes, like, I don't know, tampons, like really everything.
What are your top 3 beauty tips everyone should know?
I mean, I feel like NUDESTIX as a brand is like a beauty tip. Like it's a beauty hack.
Right.
And that's the content that we share with our community as well. It's like our nudie, our best selling category at NUDESTIX. It's a multitasking blush, bronzer, highlight stick. Can be used on the eyes, the cheeks, and lips. It's one product, 3 ways. It does it all. Monochromatic makeup. It's beautiful. So I would say that in itself is kind of like a tip. It's like if you're running out the door and you want something super simple. Another one of my tips right now, I'm obsessed with the underpainting technique by Mary Phillips.
Oh, me too. I did it today.
I love it. Your skin looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's like when you're contouring under your
Yes, you contour, like the first thing you do, you moisturize or you SPF or whatever, and then you go in with your bronzer, your contour on fresh skin, and then you use concealer in spot areas, and then take your foundation and apply that on top. I prefer to use like a sheer foundation on top so you can still kind of see the contour come through, but it's amazing. It's been life-changing for me. And Mary Phillips actually in the video that she showcased her underpainting actually used a NUDESTIX product.
Oh, awesome.
So that was really exciting, our Nudies and Sunkissed. But that would be one of my favorite tips right now from like an artistry perspective, just because it just makes her skin look so beautiful and radiant. And then,
I think it looks more natural.
Yeah, it looks super natural, and you don't realize like by the time you put on your foundation, your bronzer, your blush, all of these products, there's a lot of layering involved. And so even there's this one technique that I did and I posted on TikTok. It's the 1 layer technique. And so by the time you apply all your products, it becomes like, you know, coverage, right? Like your full face is essentially covered, but you're applying in strategic areas. So you're not going in with like a full foundation and then a bronzer and then all of these products. You're like bronzing and then you're blushing on top and then you're putting your glow on top of that. And then you have your concealer in spot areas and then you blend everything out together and it looks really beautiful, but it's just like 1 layer.
Right.
So that's kind of like the Mary Phillips in a way.
Hey everyone, Olivia here. Hope you're enjoying our episode. Our Clear Cut collection features fine jewelry pieces inspired and designed with you in mind. Our collection is ever-changing and each piece is handmade and made to order here in New York City. Don't forget to check it out and use the code COZY, C-O-Z-Y, for free shipping on any purchase.
So we're gonna rate each diamond engagement ring from 1 being your least favorite to 10 being your most favorite.
Okay.
And it's your personal preference, so there's no right or wrong answer.
Okay.
So we'll start with this one. This is a 8-carat cushion cut, so it's like squarish with rounded corners, set on a platinum pave diamond band.
Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful.
Feel free to try them on.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want them to get stuck though. I feel like that's my biggest fear. As a side note, I don't know if you can include this, but I recently was wearing a ring and it got stuck on my finger for like 2 days.
Oh my God.
And I had to go to the hospital and they had to cut it off.
Oh my God. Next time try Windex.
No, I literally tried everything. Like I put like even like a little string like inside, so I tried to like squeeze it or twist it off with soap. I tried coconut oil.
Okay, so maybe don't put it on all
I was gonna say
if it feels a little tight.
This one's a little tight, but it's stunning.
So what would you rate it?
For my like own
personal preference.
I would say I'd probably rate it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I love the shape of the diamond. Like I love the rectangular cut. I also love the very thin minimalist band. Like I love a really thin band. But I feel like it's almost like too classy I don't know. It's very classy. But for me, and just like I guess the shape of my finger or like my nail bed as well, I think I prefer something a little bit more oval.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, next we have an oval. This is a 5-carat oval on a gold band. Plain gold.
Okay, so this is stunning. I feel like this is very much like a trendy wedding ring right now.
I would say it's the new classic.
Okay. The new classic. Is that what it's called?
No, I'm just saying like it's like become so on trend that it's like developed into like a classic style at this point. You know, like it's not going away anytime soon.
Like this is beautiful. Like I very much embody like that minimalist kind of persona, makeup, fashion, all of it. And so I love how, again, this is a very minimalist band. It's quite thin. And then the stone also is very minimalist. Like there's nothing really around the stone, which allows it to kind of just look very simple, but like also very elevated at the same time. And I love the shape.
So what are you rating it?
This one I would probably rate a 10.
Okay. Wow, we got a 10 out of 10. Let's see if we can beat it. This one is an emerald cut.
Okay.
So rectangular with step cut facets. It's 9 carats with tapered baguettes on the side. So
oh my goodness. This is also beautiful.
this is also another version of minimalist, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. This actually looks like the wedding ring that my friend just got when she was just engaged. This is beautiful. I actually love... Okay, I don't usually love like the rectangle, but this one's very clean.
Because of the faceting.
Yeah.
So that's the step cut faceting. So it's an understated elegance.
Okay. Ooh. I feel like that's also maybe me a little bit. Like,
so what would you rate this one?
I would rate this one a 9, only because I think I prefer something that's a little bit more like more traditional, or like I like the band to be like a little bit more brassy or gold. I just like the mixed metals, the mixed metal look. But this one's, yeah, it's stunning.
Close second.
Close second.
And last but not least, we have an 8.3 carat radiant cut, similar shape to the emerald, but with the brilliant faceting pattern with trapezoid side stones.
Oh, wow. Do you love my reaction? I'm just like, oh, wow. This one's stunning. So I would give this one probably a 7, only because I think it's too flashy for me. Like, again,
Fair.
like it's a
pretty flashy ring.
Yeah. I'm very understated. I love, again, like minimalist, simple. So as beautiful as this is, and because I think the shape for my, like my nail bed and like the size of my, finger, or like the shape of it, I feel like this maybe isn't. Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
Okay.
But
fair.
also
So
stunning.
the oval is the first choice. Then we would settle for the emerald cut. It's fine.
We would settle.
Yeah,
we would settle for it. Yeah.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Awesome. So speaking of jewelry, do you have any pieces that are like extra special or sentimental to you?
The one that I'm wearing now, actually, my mom designed.
Oh, cool.
She actually took a stone from one of her existing, she had earrings that she just like never wore anymore, and they were a little bit older. And so she took that diamond and she put it on a chain, and she made it for both my sister and I.
I love that.
Yeah. So this for me is very sentimental, and it's also very simple, which I love. And it's, you know, a nice, length as well, like on the neckline. So love this. And then I would say I'm wearing an earring here. It's just like this one piece diamond, and my mom also got that one for me as well. So I would say like anything that's like bought from like a family member that has like meaning or like sentiment behind it is obviously very sentimental. And other than that, I honestly don't wear a ton of jewelry. There's one other ring that actually my mom also had gotten for me that is very beautiful, but I'm always terrified of losing it. So I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna keep this in my jewelry box. I'll wear this on special occasions, but like on a day-to-day, I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah. And I love that about jewelry, that you can like have something and repurpose it and like pass it down. I love that.
Yeah.
So going back to NUDESTIX, what are some things that you hope for yourself, the brand, in the next like 5 years?
Wow. Like 5 years.
Like, what is your vision?
I mean, I think our vision is to continue to disrupt the minimalist multitasking makeup category. Our space has gotten smaller and smaller over the years. Our white space that existed 9 years ago. And so I think really honing in on that messaging and continuing to innovate products that resonate with our community. We're also looking to expand from a global perspective as well as a retailer perspective, which are all just like very like kind of high level business strategy. But I think the biggest thing that we've identified as of recently, because we've over the past year worked really hard to kind of elevate like our content and elevate our brand and really understand like what our community wants. And also as our community grows, we kind of evolve with them, or they evolve with us. So I think it's like this constant evolution over the next 5 years, and always staying on the pulse of like, what does our customer want? Because at the end of the day, if you're making something that they don't care for, like, you'll become irrelevant. Because there will be another brand that steps in and does. And I think now more than ever, it's so important because, you know, as we enter like this looming recession and really understanding, okay, like what, you know, products are our community prioritizing
People still
as well.
buy makeup during recessions.
They
though,
do.
right?
They do. But they're so much more conscious, and
that's
from
when
a price
multitasking
comparison,
makeup is even better during a recession.
I agree. I agree. And actually, it's interesting. There was this trend report that just came out that's talked about one of the trends for 2023 will be multitasking makeup, so that you're not kind of buying like this 10-step routine, but maybe a 4-step routine.
We can't afford that anymore.
Multitask.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think, yeah, just like continuing to just like grow, innovate our product, and really continue to listen to our customer. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where can people shop and follow you?
they can shop NUDESTIX on nudesticks.com, Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, and then they can follow us at NUDESTIX, at NUDESTIXskin. And then you can follow my personal account if you'd like at Taylor_Frankel as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun chatting.
Thank
and
you.
I'm really excited to follow your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
What a fun conversation with Taylor. The growth of NUDESTIX and NUDESKIN is so impressive. Would you be able to work with your family?